Hey, what's up, guys? How you guys doing out there? Welcome to the show. We're filming live from Create Skateshop. This is the Fast Forward Podcast 8. And tonight's special guest is Nem from Soundproof. And along with him, we got Wyld Renaissance, Wyatt on the decks, also from Soundproof. And we got Chris Martinez, SIRHC in the house, also on production. Thank you very much for joining us today. And let's get on with the show, as they say. All right, Nem, so the first question today is, how did you get into DJing?
Hey, man. Thank you, Chris, first for having us today, man, here. Really much appreciated for that. And thank you for having me today here, man, as well. DJing itself, I feel like I started maybe like 15, 16. It's been like 12, 13 years now. Just like, it was kind of like a random thing, but like me and my homie, like decided to throw like a one party, like following how the DJ's playing. And then just like kind of like started right there, like just like random spot, like totally like underage kids like taking over like a bar. That was like pretty cool at the time, but yeah.
The equipment was already there.
No, we actually had like a friends. Still have those friends here. Jelly for the Babies or Marian Rashkovich back home, and he kind of like lent us some equipment, and like we also like borrowed some stuff too. So.
Nice. Those are some good friends to have. And is that kind of what kind of made you realize that's something you want to do, just having fun that night or at that bar or whatever?
I definitely think that's like a thing that was going before, like in my mind, like watching over the TV, like famous DJs throwing on like big festivals and stuff like that. It's like just like idea of like playing in front of people, like sharing the vibe, like it just kept growing on me, like the more and more I went to. So that's kind of like it.
But you didn't think that would happen until like that opportunity presented itself, right? Like,
yeah, kind of like that too. I feel like with the first shot that we took, like, and we like actually did a party, it was not like the greatest turnout, obviously, but it was like mostly like friends and stuff. But definitely like the drive, like the first time actually like playing in front of people and having that good vibe from people coming to as well, that's pretty dope.
Sounds fantastic. You probably want to keep that going. I guess let's talk about what inspires your song selection and mixes, and we'll come back to the party throwing a little bit later.
Yeah, depending, like actually mostly for the influence of the DJing, like different DJs, just be following around like too many different good DJs, like good production. Definitely the vibe that comes up together with it, what gets people moving, and what actually gets you the different feeling of, I don't know, like whenever you hear the track, like I feel like you have the same opinion about it. Whenever like you hear some track, you like really start moving like out of nowhere, and like it just keeps you driving. Like.
And you mentioned people moving. I mean, do you kind of like watch the crowd when you like see these tracks being played? Is that like a big deal for you?
I feel definitely every track that I do choose to play, I run it over like on my speakers at least like 10 times, and like you definitely throw it sometimes to different crowds, and you definitely feel the vibe from other people too. It's not only about like your selection, it's more about how people feel about it too.
Right. Okay. And so you probably have an idea in your head, but like how it actually comes out and what effect it has is probably also very important.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure.
Cool. I know you play a lot of house. I've heard you play a lot of good house. Is that kind of the main genre that you're sticking with for now?
I feel definitely for now, house music, disco house, tech house for sure, but like definitely not getting away from like I'm not going towards the dirty, like the drum and bass and like dubstep and stuff like that. This is not my jam, man. Not my jam.
So you said disco house. What kind of other tech house? And what's the other kind of house? Anything else?
Just like generally like a funky house and like like a dirty house too as well. Like that's kind of like a definitely thing, like dirty bird style for sure.
Dirty bird style. Yeah. Okay, so that's how you would describe your current style, kind of.
Yeah, I feel like
house.
Yeah, like
genres. Okay. Are you trying anything new out at all?
Like what kind? What do you think?
I guess maybe some new house or something. Any new style, or is it pretty much just you got the formula down?
I definitely experiment with all the different houses for sure. Like different houses.
There's a lot of houses out there, so it's gonna take a while, but I hear you. Okay. Maybe we can talk about sort of like your origin story and stuff. Tell me about Aranjelovac. Am I saying that right?
You didn't say that correctly though. It's a place called Aranjelovac, which is a small like town back in Serbia, like where actually like born. It's like a really small town. It has like 20,000 people. It's like very like, I'm not sure how to describe the best like parts of like USA, but it's all about like houses, farms. Like there's also obviously like a city vibe, but it's also like very like, people are growing like everything.
I saw some like greenery there on the pictures. I think I checked it out, and some kind of hills and stuff like that, rolling hills. Yeah, it looked very pretty.
Nature for sure.
So what would you say it was like, kind of living there, or maybe in general living in Serbia?
Definitely a good experience for sure. I feel like everyone should like have that part like growing it with them as well. It's like very like cultural place. People really appreciate each other. Loyalty is a really big part too as well. Like,
Nice.
Very welcoming people for sure.
Nice, cool. And did you do any like DJing there, or like participate in any other like music-related events out there? Or anything?
Yeah, definitely. Like one of the biggest events we did out there was an organization called Open Low Play, and I did actually with a couple of my friends too. We did like a couple of festivals, at least, well, like essentially not festivals, like a one-day thing, but like in front of I don't know a couple hundred people for sure. Like, that's definitely where I started playing music for the first part for sure.
Nice. How long ago was that?
Like 12, 13 years now.
Oh wow.
It's been a minute, yeah.
So shortly after that experience at the bar and stuff, you just went like kind of full send into
Yeah,
it.
kind of developed for the bars, and then like we kind of like met with amazing artists too. They were trying to get opportunities to make big festivals and stuff. So
Nice. And how long did you do that out there? And I guess a follow-up question is, when did you come to the United States?
yeah, well, like in my hometown, we've been doing that for I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 years, I think at least. And then I moved to US to San Francisco a little bit over 5 years now. Like 5 years was like in May somewhere. So like yeah, like 6 years just kicked in right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you have barely an accent. I mean it's very congratulations on the English
Thank you.
speaking skills. But yeah, 5 years ago that's pretty. And would you say it was a smooth transition? I mean, it seems like it was, but I'll let you answer that question.
Not gonna lie, at the beginning, the first few months, obviously, when you move into country, like coming from like place where you like do a full-time job for like $250, like to move into San Francisco, where it's like housing is like $1,000 for like a month. So like yeah, it's kind of like a hard transition the first 3 or 4 months. After that, it was going smooth. Yeah.
Okay, good. That's always good. It's sometimes it's really tough. I'm from an immigrant family myself, and I know it can be tough.
You know what's going on for sure. Yeah.
To this country, but it's definitely a good country. So how did Soundproof start? How did that?
So we started doing parties a long time ago. Like I had been playing actually in the city since we moved in here. Not as much obviously, but we started doing the Renegades for sure. Like coming to I don't know, like different places, different locations, different people, and then we just kind of wanted to showcase our talent too as well. And then I feel I pretty much had like a really good sense of organization, sound, music, and all that stuff. So like essentially like a couple of friends like Rado and Nicola at the time, and like a couple of friends who just bought generators and speakers and stuff, and like we just decided to send it. So like kind of like how we started.
Okay, it sounds pretty organic. It just everyone kind of wanted to throw a party or something.
It kind of went with the flow. Like in COVID situation, all that like doesn't let you to do stuff whatever you want to.
So what was that first party like? Maybe you can describe it.
Yeah, official first party. Well, we had like a sound test, which was essentially the Point Lobos. I feel like you were there. Maybe you're not.
Oh, I was. Okay.
I'm pretty sure you were there. Like it was like a first test.
Oh, you had the fire in the back?
Yeah, I think so. No, wait,
okay.
no fire.
I remember a different place on a different beach, but that's okay.
Yeah, no, we had a first one and Point Lobos, as in like we just like tested out the sound and like did we bought a generator and stuff, and then turned out to be I don't know like 50, 100 people, whatever. So like we did after that did the collab with you. I'm pretty sure. Was it a Battery Kirby back in?
Yeah, that sounds about right. That seems not too long ago.
Yeah.
Okay. So you went from one of the first parties to that party. I mean, that's amazing. I mean, I'm really glad I was part of that for sure. Thank you
for doing
including me. And so who is Soundproof? Like, who are the members? You mentioned already a few people.
Correct. So Rado, obviously, or DJ Rado, Sumit, Ruben Esparza, as well as Nicola. Well, we met Nicola before, or El Cobra. But he's been gone in Arizona for a while now. And then obviously DJ Wyld that's kicking asses right now.
Dope. Yep, the guy on the deck sounds great. Okay. And how have your friends and other DJs helped you throw these parties? How have they been involved in stuff?
Actually, very much so. At the beginning, obviously, you know how the Renegades goes, so you have to carry a lot of stuff and like back and forth and all that. We really had a really good OGs, like a really cool friends that were helping us from the beginning. And they stayed until this point right now with us too. They've been a great support. Just feel like all kind of connected together on the same vibe. So we were like all happy to be there, party like outside, like in nice weather, like good music, good people. That's kind of like we vibe to each other.
Cool. Okay. Again, it sounds like very, very natural kind of process. So let's fast forward a little bit to maybe your first, what you consider a big party, and maybe you can describe what was that like for you spinning at like your fist party where just like a lot of people came out? Because I've definitely seen you play at some parties like that.
I did, definitely. I did a lot of good shows. Like one of the first one was, I'm pretty sure it was called Top of the Hill, which was actually essentially like on top of the hill. And it was like a couple of hundred people, I'm pretty sure. Dude, I was like really nervous, I'm not gonna lie. Like at the time, like it was just really like stressed about how everything's gonna turn out to be, how it's gonna go. But like after literally like 3 or 4 tracks, when you start playing, like everything goes like natural.
You're more stressing about the turnout than actually playing the tracks.
I'd say yeah, for sure, yeah.
That's tough. That's like part of being an organizer. You know, you're not just an entertainer, but also like you have to make sure that all these things happen. It must be very stressful sometimes. Okay, well, let me ask you, how did you meet like all these DJs, and maybe just not just from Soundproof, just other DJs in the process that kind of help you throw some of these parties? Do you have any interesting stories about that?
Well, we met like everyone met like on different random places. Like even the guy from Soundproof Rado that like works together with me. And I feel like we've met like at some soccer practice, and then I don't know, like other Serbian friends that were helping Nikola. Like we've met him in like actual Serbian church where they throw the Balkan Nights party, which is like so like random to say out there, but like actually happened. But like no, dude, there was like so many different occasions. All the other DJs too. I've been in contact for a while. It's just like being in the music industry for a minute and like actually like talking to people about that and like all the experiences. Like I feel like the linking is like going like so crazy to people like talk to each other and then like connect to different levels.
I think that's amazing when I see a crew come together and when it's from like all these different parts or like sources, you know, and all these different experiences, and like, you know, it feels really good to know that all these people kind of came together for like a common cause, which is usually music and having fun, you know, playing music.
It's amazing how the music connects us all together. Like it's this whole different thing that like keep us together the whole time.
Right.
Even during the COVID, like especially during the COVID, like idea of actually knowing that everything's gonna be better and then like, you gotta be throwing parties, like it feels like such a good thing.
It's definitely a glue. That's without this glue, you know, who knows where everybody would be. Definitely wouldn't be doing this thing right now without the music. Well, let me ask you this: was it ever scary or difficult to throw these parties?
Like Renegades or like?
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. Well, those are usually the hardest, right? There's a lot of things involved.
Yeah,
and like maybe you can talk about what's the hardest part of it.
I honestly think, and like I'm not even joking about this, I feel like that the hardest thing is actually to carry the speakers and generate.
That's the hardest thing.
Especially the sub, I'm not gonna lie. But no, honestly, to me, like I feel everything goes like very like with the flow. We're like actually happy to say that, but like surrounded with like people that have similar ideas, good vibes, good energy, and like it's like so easy to like work together with people when they have like a similar vibe that's going together.
Right.
So like I never felt like anything like being too hard to do, especially when you like have like that good support.
No, that's beautiful when things come together like that. That's rare and it's just amazing. And I hope that keeps going. You know, it sounds like you've been able to kind of overcome all the challenges with the help of a lot of these people. So what has, I guess, changed since that first party? And some of you already described, I guess.
Like a lot of things changed, to be honest. I think that we've been actually growing pretty fast, a lot. I was kind of like, not gonna lie, expecting that to be right there. But like we were progressing really hard right now, and then we're going to different places too. Like from the Renegades, we went to actually straight to the bars, the clubs. There are a lot of good things, exciting going on. They're gonna keep happening right now, especially when things are reopening now. But everything changed to better, and I think it's actually the same exponential way it's gonna go like too.
And you know, you said straight for the clubs. I mean, probably. Well, first question for me is, was that the plan? And then second question is, the way you described it, do you see yourself going back to the Renegades or where it kind of started?
We will definitely keep doing the Renegades from time to time. Definitely the idea is, it was at the beginning to just to give people something what they want, that like actually like produce amazing like parties, so actually people can come together, get together, like meet some other people too, especially during the COVID times when like social aspect is just so bad that like people cannot talk to each other, cannot meet anyone. And we definitely like aware that all those things are not happening like under like the certain rules. That's definitely true. But for sure, like we now the goal was actually to like get like more notice for sure out there while you're actually doing the same thing.
And that makes sense. I mean, I totally understand that. Like clubs, definitely a bigger spotlight. It's also, you know, safer and things like that. It's kind of more legit and all
Very
that.
true,
So
yeah.
it makes sense. That's why I'm curious about, you know, whether Renegades are still kind of a part of the plan. But I guess we'll just find out.
No, definitely for sure. We're planning already to like throw a couple of Renegades like soon. But like everything is going like slowly-ish with that part because we have been like actually booked all the time with different places, like indoor places, like bars and like clubs. So like in that essence, it's just kind of like, you know, Renegade's gonna have to wait a little bit.
Okay, fine. I think that's okay. So what has been your favorite party, or is there any like memorable moments from any specific party that
like the Soundproof or like in general?
I guess, you know, since this whole Soundproof thing happened. And
I really think up to this point right now, like my favorites so far have been Holy Festival that you also play to as well.
Yeah.
As you recall, like energy was so off the charts. Like people were having so much fun.
I thought the mixer was done for it.
Yeah.
I saw like all that paint, or I guess it just disintegrates.
Yeah, the whole idea is actually to get people to get in like paint colors and do whatever it is. Like just get like people to be cheerful for. And then we also did like a one show at Mar Vista Stables. It was like, I would say like 2 months ago. And then there was like probably around 250 people, if I recall good.
Did I play at that one with the Tiger
Yeah, we did
outfit?
together. Yeah,
The
we did
Tiger
also
outfit?
that together. Yeah, that party was to me like still like one of the best energies that I've seen for a while.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I was pretty amazed about that one. And so, you know, why do you think people love Soundproof parties?
That's a good question. I honestly think that people can understand like what are we going for, like spreading the positive vibes, good energy, like whenever you see someone, you greet them with happiness and like getting like a little more extra joy in life. So I think that like we all be kind of like that, all like part of a Soundproof crew. I'm actually very happy to say that, but everyone have the same energy. Everyone like so excited about doing this, and like people can recognize that, which is pretty cool.
So it sounds like a lot of it is vibe. I mean, like I see people like, you know, vibing out at your parties, like almost no other crew, and I just wonder like what's the secret formula? Like how do you do it? You know,
The secret form is just to be happy all the time, man.
Just be happy.
It's really hard to do, though. It's really hard to do, but like just keep putting positive energy as much as you can the whole time.
Well, hopefully I can help you be happy, and your whole crew be happy, and set everybody else partying with you be happy.
Dude, you've been helping so far pretty good so far. Like,
sweet.
Thank you. For
Okay. So yeah, on that note, I want to personally thank you for giving me the chance to play a lot of your Soundproof parties, and those have been some unforgettable experiences and moments I'll never forget. What has your experience been working with other DJ crews? And any of them that stand out for you or that you want to mention?
I think that so far we had like a really good luck to work with like different parts of like crews, and like like we worked with you obviously as a fast forward like actual like a full organization, but like I've been like working with different members of different crews, and like so far I don't have like any bad experience. Nothing that I can actually like remember that say anything was bad. So like I'm feeling pretty blessed actually having like a good experience working with everyone, but like especially like fast forward like I've been like going like pretty back like.
Sweet, yeah, and a bunch of crews that we're all involved with, and I hope we all stay together. I like to think of it as a collective of crews just helping each other out, because why not? Why not work together instead of against?
I definitely want to emphasize that, and I really hope that like everyone, whoever working in this industry, can do the same thing and like help each other out instead of actually like going like stabbing in the back or anything like that. So
yeah, we don't want any of that. No stabbing in the back. All right, so just to flip it a little bit, what would you say is the most rewarding part of throwing these parties?
Most definitely the experience with people that have been sharing afterwards, and then during and afterwards for sure. Because like I feel after every party, like if you're able to change someone's life to better, like at any point, like I know it's still a party and then it's still like just like going out and like having a good time, whatever it is. But like we had like a lot of people having great experiences, talking about how they had like one of the most amazing moments in their life and like things like that.
And they've shared this with you. And stuff.
Yeah, like it's so rewarding when you have like someone that comes to you and tells you like the party you threw and like the music you played and like everything that was together, the whole experience. It was like one of the best moments of their life. So
you feel like you're doing something and you're changing a person's life or perspective, or giving them hope or something like that.
Anything that works for them in a favor to actually keep them pushing forward and doing like better things, that's pretty much what it is.
Man, that sounds great to me. I completely agree. I feel like I strive for the same thing. That's kind of what I feed on also. And it's great to hear you also the same way. Let's talk about sound for a second. By the way, great sound coming from the decks over here. But yeah, whenever I go to a Soundproof party, I always notice that there's like a really thought through and executed plan going on, and it really shows up like in the final result. Like I mentioned, the party vibe, and whether it's the lights or the sound. And
thank you.
Speaking of sound, how did you pick up this? Like, it seems like you have some kind of sound engineering skills, and do you feel like that's a big factor in Soundproof parties?
Definitely for sure. I've been actually when I was back in Belgrade, I actually went 1 year into academy for sound engineering, and then like I sticked around together with it to work with a lot of amazing people. Just actually like doing an audio, like actual audio. So that was actually really cool. I like learned a lot of stuff, and then like going to festivals too as well. The bigger like festivals, like actually like even if you heard about the Exit Festival in Serbia, like I was volunteering a couple of times there too. And then just like a huge, like a second biggest festival in Europe. But I've been like honestly following people and picking up stuff that like I wanted to learn. And our idea for Soundproof was definitely create the perfect execution, and then have always ready, always on time, always perfect sound, always perfect video, like always like on point.
Yeah, when I think of crew, I think of sort of like a team that is organized and works together, and you definitely seem like you're embodying that.
Thank you for that.
It sounds like you've just sort of picked that up kind of along the way in different experiences that you've had, and some of this the learning that you did for a year in Belgrade.
I definitely learned from my mistakes. I'll tell you that for sure.
Yeah.
But
those are the best way to learn, right?
Once mistake happened, dude, like I immediately like had to fix it the next time. So like it just always keeps going like that.
Right. Well, as long as you learn from the mistakes, that's the most important thing, Yeah, okay, so we talked a little bit about the lights and the decorations at your parties, which, as I mentioned, are really amazing. And how did that come about? And are you working on anything new for like lights and decorations for your like future parties and stuff?
We definitely do have some ideas, and then everything is work in progress. But like definitely we're gonna bring some new stuff, some LED stuff and some projections for sure. But everything is like in motion right now, but soon to expect it for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're off already to a great start. I think last few parties I've seen, you got the big lights up top, and they're so bright, and it really feels like you're almost at a club, even though we did it outside.
Building the club outside, bro.
Exactly. Well, you'll have everything you need once you go inside. Maybe it's a hybrid operation, I guess.
We're getting ready for that for sure.
All right, let's ask a few questions a little bit tougher. Is there any like message or a stance that you're promoting to everyone, and has throwing these parties helped you kind of do that?
I would say for sure, definitely the idea of, like in the beginning, even starting the Soundproof was just to spread the good vibes to people, and then get everyone to get together, stick together, and then help each other out whatever they can. We've been doing that, like we've been trying to actually like include new DJs, new promoters, new people, like not like obviously not creating jobs, but like essentially like getting people a purpose to do something else too as well, beside of their regular ordinary job, whatever that is.
Nice.
I know everyone looking for outlets to do something else, it like keeps driving it to give them more extra motivation for things they're trying to do.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I haven't really thought of it from the economic standpoint. And of course, what could make some people happier than having them like a vocation, some way to get them paid to do this stuff?
Most definitely, especially during the parties, man. I feel like everyone loves to party. Everyone likes to do their stuff. So like being included in that, it means a little extra too.
Yeah, and they can actually make some money doing it, because usually you waste a lot of money doing it. But
true. True.
Awesome. Okay. So, and it sounds like the general message is, you're spreading kind of love through music, and everyone's happy, stuff like that.
Definitely, idea is to spread the love with people. Like, I feel there's so much love to give here, and like everyone like just kind of like waiting for to do that. Like, I feel like we're trying to like open the gate and get people to do that more often, and then just appreciate each other like for being here, like to do whatever we do.
I think you've had a pretty good run so far spreading that message. And I guess, speaking about, runs and stuff, how do you feel about what you've personally achieved already in the music scene? And, what effect or role do you think that you and Soundproof have had on the music scene in the Bay Area?
I think we're just bringing right now something different, not too different of the people that have been hearing. Just thinking about, like, actually getting to the next level, the same things that people like are delivering, like sending a good message to everyone. I'm really happy that we're progressing like really fast, as I mentioned before. Something that I was really like looking forward to is like actually bringing more and more people to the shows.
Yeah.
We've been limited obviously because of COVID restrictions and stuff, but we're actually going really well. I'm like super happy about everything that we're doing so far, including more people into the organization, and as well like developing like new skills and stuff that actually people are looking forward to see. Like we're doing pretty good so far, I would say. Like,
right, and you can kind of track your progress, sort of like what you've achieved in the scene, and like, you probably get a lot of feedback from people and like telling you like keep doing this and stuff like that.
Most definitely. We always talk to people about whoever that's in the party, like what do you think that was really good, what do you think that was lacking off. But we're definitely trying to bring something different to the scene as well, and then I think we're progressing in a good way so far, going that direction right now.
Yeah, and I almost want to say it's Soundproof, like the name, it almost implies like equality, right? And it sounds like, there's some quality assurance going on, making sure these parties are really great.
I really hope we're like like keeping to the standard of actually the word sounding soundproof, that we're doing actually quality stuff. Like I really hope that people actually appreciate that too.
Yeah, with a name like that, you kind of have to keep it
you got to,
real official. And then, I sort of touched on this a little bit earlier, and, has anyone, ever shared with you, like, what you and Soundproof has meant for them, and maybe in the context of what you've done, sort of what you've achieved in the last, like, half a year?
Yeah, I actually have a really good story from, like, one of the shows that we actually made called the Soundproof Social, which was actually, like, essentially making, like, bringing people to do a barbecue and stuff, playing, like, a little lower music, but just people to actually have, like, chance to, like, talk to each other, whatever it is. I'm, like, actually very happy to say that, like, majority of my good friends right now, like, closest friends, became from that party, too. Like, to this day right now, and, like, moving forward, hopefully, so, like, really, really close friends of mine actually became from that party, too.
It's amazing. It's like a ripple effect of so many good things happening, and I know it feels great to be part of that and part of making that happen.
It's such an amazing thing that, like, you through a party, like, meet someone that you feel like you just met him for like a week, but you feel like you know him like for years. Like, it's just like so good vibe too. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah, and I think it's because music just has a way of opening up people. It's a way to bond with people more than just kind of like some hobby or some sport you're doing or something online. It's much more like open-minded and stuff like that.
I'd say definitely it's a joyful way to express yourself, like through dancing or singing or just like enjoying each other.
Yep, and it's also centered on not having inhibitions and stuff. So you definitely get to see people at their maybe best because they're opened up.
Yeah, but that's definitely.
So you've now played at some great venues in San Francisco, Butter and F8, whatever. With Fast Forward with some of us also. And what was that experience? And what has that experience been like? And how do you feel about jumping into the public scene like that?
So far, the experience has been great. Like, every time, whenever we play together, like, whenever you had me be your guest, like, thank you so much again for doing that. I had a great time. Like, obviously, even a great relationship with the Mars people, the Bars people, the Butter people, the F8, the Halcyon, like, all the, like, really cool, like, places that, like, we all, like, looking forward to come back to as well. And, like, coming
Mars
to
for sure,
yeah, like, we, like, I much appreciate it. Like, I had a great experience about everyone. All the venue owners or, like, managers were actually really amazing to us all the time, especially during these hard times for sure. And I'm looking forward to repay back to them as well, looking like throw like some parties for them too.
Nice, and maybe you could just talk about that. And what does that mean to you for someone to kind of give you a chance? And you mentioned kind of repaying them. And would you say that's an important thing to you?
I think that like it's definitely not expected thing that you have to do, but I really think that like we as artists, that if you can definitely bring some like any traction whatsoever, like someone actually can like buy things like from them and actually benefit them to stay during the COVID times alive and do all that. Like we did like 2 parties in F8 of just trying to actually like bring back to them for all the years they had me before to play it for them as well. So it's something that we don't have to do, but I'm actually very happy to do so.
Yeah, I think you guys are on the right track. I feel very strongly about that myself. I think if people kind of give you a chance, you have to understand it. They don't have to. So it means a lot for people to kind of have you return the favor, and so that's amazing. You're just like that. And speaking of that, I want to thank you for playing with Fast Forward in Reno. That was a super amazing trip at the Bluebird nightclub, and also for letting me and Eric jump on the decks at was it Tacos y Mezcal in Reno?
Yeah, dude.
That was a lot of fun with this cat.
That was sick though. Estella,
okay.
Thank you guys.
Yep, that place was kind of really fun, and how much fun did you have on that trip, just in general? Like,
dude, I think Reno was like probably one of the best times of my life for sure.
Wow.
Like, especially the experience of like playing in the Bluebird. Like I haven't never done it before in my life. Like in that part in Reno, like I never performed before. But like just our crowd, like our crew that we went together, like that was just like one of the best experiences in my life so far. I'm not gonna lie. Like this guy was involved there as well.
And how does that feel, just coming in from like a different town and they just kind of expect you to put on a show and stuff?
I mean, I think it's a great thing. Like we as an artist, like everyone as an artist, have to like find a way to deliver for sure. Like regardless of if you're like in comfortable spot or not. I honestly felt comfortable the whole time because I had like this amazing crew together with me, and obviously you guys, and we were just like vibing the whole time, and it was like so cool experience.
Yeah, man. So what stood out the most for you on that trip? Like, what's like
Reno? I know like it's kind of like a cliche to say, but like I swear like the crew was just like insane. Like the emotions were like so high the whole time. Like everyone like loved each other. Like just wanted to like do more like all together. Wow. So it was like such a good vibe, man. Like,
that's dope, man. I just want to shake your hand for that.
And thank you for having me there, bro.
So you would do that again?
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. All right, let's get into some sillier questions here. What is hella good?
So Hella Good is a brand that started more as, well, I'm gonna easily say it started as a joke first. I had a custom print shirt, just like a sample that I really like. Well, I love to keep saying Hella Good, Hella Good. It just got in my slang for some reason. And then I started wearing it in clubs, like everywhere I went to, like, it was kind of like a swag. So like Coliseum, Audio, and places like that. And people kept approaching me like, oh man, where do you bought this shirt? It's so cool and all that stuff. And then somehow like the idea just clicked to me more to actually like produce to more people too as well. So essentially now it becomes as a company that essentially sells merchandise.
Right.
Yeah. So essentially like hats, sweatshirts, t-shirts, and.
I can ask you how you're involved in this company.
I am essentially like owner of the company, but
nice.
I do pretty much everything for it. Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. Yeah, I see a lot, and I'm sure we'll see it more, in the future. I see another Hella Good shirt over there.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Looking pretty clean. Is there anywhere that people can kind of pick up these shirts or these sweatshirts?
Yeah, of course. Everything is all the merch is available online on hellagoodsf.com. So if whoever wants to do something, yeah, go for it.
You heard it here, hellagoodsf.com. Check it out. Okay, so how have your you seem like you have some kind of marketing skills, or you seem like good at it. How have those marketing skills influenced what you've been able to do with Soundproof?
Definitely a lot. Like I've been like picking up the stuff beforehand. I was like partially involved in like opening a couple of different companies. Well, like essentially not like in inventory stuff. It's more like doing work for different people too, and like marketing and branding and everything about it was actually a very important part to do. So definitely like implementing my actual side hustle, the business at the time beforehand came pretty handy right now for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
And would you say you like apply the same like work mentality to how you build your crew and maybe how you throw events? Is there like an overlap there?
Like comparing to the like businesses, or
like like you approach everything seems like kind of in a professional way.
I do like that's again, like maybe people are gonna hate me for that, maybe people are gonna love me for that, but like honestly, like everything that comes together with it, like I just take it like really serious, even if it's like a small thing, a big thing, doesn't matter what it is, friendships or not, whatever you want to call it, business. Like I always take everything like very seriously though.
And I think people like that, I think that a lot of people are looking for that, and
I would say definitely majority of people, yes. There's some people that really don't like that, but that's totally okay. Like we all have to be different.
I definitely like it because you see results. You do something with a lot of care and thought behind it. There's usually you can tell in the result and the quality of it.
Thank you.
So I've seen you've been working with some bigger names on the scene. I see. I'm on the social medias. I'm checking things out. What has that been like? And is there anyone you're like really looking forward to playing with, like coming up soon or anything like that?
I'm not sure how much we be able to disclose the information, so I'm probably not gonna say the names. Oh, okay, yeah. So
what can we get? What can we get?
Yeah,
something?
Well, like we've been talking to a lot of big people and a big names to play. For now, they've been scheduled is July 4th to play with Medusa.
Nice,
opening for Medusa actually. That's gonna be. I think it's gonna be in the city. I'm pretty sure. But no, like dude, I feel so blessed actually to like playing with the big names and like actually opening for them or like even like B2B with them. Like if you're lucky enough, you can pick up like so many skills and so many different things that like you totally like haven't not even thought about it. Even with playing like the last 12, 13 years, I feel like like I've been like picking up the different things and try it on everything. But like when you actually see someone that actually knows like so much on a big scene how to perform, you always pick up some other stuff and like get like ideas.
And I mean, if you had some kind of success, doing business with these kind of people, like what would you say is the secret to that? Like how do you approach people that are like so well established, and how do you get them kind of on your side and wanting to do like?
Do you mean how do you get there to play with them? Is that what it is, or?
Well, you have to like convince them sometimes, right? Cause,
True.
They're like.
True. Yeah, I mean.
So what is like the way you approach that? And
I definitely think it's like presenting the quality all the time. It definitely gets you to the highway. And like one thing that a lot of people actually like forget about is definitely DJing is not only DJing. That's like. I know that a lot of people like make a mistake with that, and I'm definitely not the one to teach others because I'm not the example maybe that a lot of people want to follow or not. But DJing includes promoting, marketing, editing, label work, everything that comes together with it. You have to do that part until you get to the point of actually having like booking manager, whatever you want to call it, and like producing the quality material the whole time definitely gets attention from people.
And somebody who's more established will notice that. Is what you're
definitely,
saying.
yes.
Most definitely. Awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm actually very happy to say also for Soundproof things that the word has been going like pretty like pretty loud over the city too. That a lot of people, like really big names, heard about us just like from the parties we've been going to the whole time. And like the energy was always like on a high level whenever they do parties, and people that come they always talk about it. It just like goes like in a really good direction the whole time. So like the good word is it goes long distance for sure.
Okay, so having a good name and having like a presence and sort of approaching our way. Sounds like there's a lot that goes into it, but
it goes a whole lot to that, man.
I appreciate the tips. Those are really good things to know because you seem like you're good at that.
I'm pretty sure that like also said to a lot of other DJs too, and like I always say that too. Like I don't think that like I've been doing like anything like super crazy stuff, but I'm always here to help like whoever needs, and like any part of organization or like struggling with like any sort of part. Like I'm always here to help and like give some like ideas that like someone else can use it for that for sure.
Right. So that's an important mindset to have. Basically.
Yeah, I mean we're here to help each other, right? So.
Of course, yeah, exactly. That makes a lot of sense to me. So I heard, and I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I heard you're coming out with a new track, or maybe already came out that you performed live, or maybe you guys performed live, and what was that like? What was that about? And how did you even get into making tracks in the first place?
I actually started producing long time ago, but then became very rusty. I haven't like touched anything for almost like 5 years, like producing wise at all. And then we started producing together, me and Wyld. We have a couple of tracks that are about to actually get released. We haven't like released anything. And I did my own personal track too as well. It's kind of like a bootleg. But probably gonna release it maybe like in 2 weeks. It's gonna be for free, just like to get people actually to like get more familiar with the style and type of the music that I like to produce too.
And how do you release that? How do you drop that? You just play it live, or
no? Well, I played it in a couple of different places, clubs and bars, and then it was a pretty good feedback. Nice. But like if I actually do release the track like formally, like to be purchased, they're probably gonna be for like Spotify and all those stuff. But I think honestly this one is gonna be just like announced a little bit in ahead and just tell people, hey, like whoever wants to grab their copy, it's gonna be right there, like free download, and just like spread a good vibes.
Okay. All right. That seems like a good way to go about it. I definitely want to learn more about that. Okay, so
you'll get the promos for sure. I guarantee that.
You heard it here first. Okay, so where can people find more of these tracks? I know I think you mentioned the link before, and or any other content that you're producing and stuff like that.
Yeah, mostly right now all the promoting and stuff is gonna be found on Instagram, on Facebook. We have obviously a SoundCloud, and like just like slowly like developing the whole other like platforms.
And that's all looking for Soundproof. Just type in Soundproof SF or something like that.
Essentially, my own personal stuff is gonna go under NEM Soundproof.
NEM Soundproof. Okay.
Yeah, but like a Soundproof thing essentially gonna become a label down the road, but that's definitely a part of a plan for sure.
Cool. All right, and are you happy that we're reopening soon? And how do you think this will affect Soundproof?
Dude, I cannot be happier honestly about things reopening back. I think that's gonna like really have a good impact on Soundproof. I think it's gonna have a really good impact on every organization. Just having more chances to play, more places open. I don't think that ever to even Fast Forward or Soundproof or like other crowds was ever an issue to actually collect good amount of people that come to the shows. I think it was always like venues and things like that. Right. But this is gonna definitely open like more opportunities for everyone, and like I'm like super stoked. Nice. We have like 2 more weeks.
2 more weeks. Supposedly, we're going. I don't know what's after yellow, but whatever color that is, I'll be super happy with it.
We'll be partying for that name for sure, bro. 100%.
Yeah. That sounds really great to me, and of course, I'm happy about it also. And okay, so what do you see Soundproof? Where do you see Soundproof is headed in the future?
We had a couple of ideas, but like full disclosure, I don't know, it's still everything is in emotion. I'm not sure how many things I'm supposed to say or not. We were just talking about maybe potentially even opening a club or actually getting our little venue.
It's juicy.
Yeah, or there's so many things that we're discussing about, but we haven't actually set in stone that we're gonna do. Definitely gonna see more Soundproof being in clubs in San Francisco for sure.
Sweet.
On the road too as well. We have a couple of different things that on the motion for San Diego and Miami. But we're gonna be around and outside of San Francisco for sure.
So that's what's next for NEM and Soundproof. What are your summer plans? What's the main thing you're doing?
Summer plans. For now, we have obviously June is fully packed. Obviously the Lupin Lodge, everyone should come. You guys have to be there. Then we're doing a desert festival, me and Wyld. I think it's Desert Mojave
nice.
For Solstice Sunrise.
What city is that? How far away is that?
Sunshine Solstice.
Is that California or?
Yeah,
Okay,
like I think it's like a Desert Mojave or something like that.
And what are the dates for that?
18 till 20th of June.
18 and 20th.
Yeah.
Okay. We might be doing some stuff out here in SF.
Yeah,
we'll hear all about that.
That's definitely a must go for sure. We're gonna be going with a crew for sure.
Okay.
But we have like so many things pending for like July. We're essentially hoping to working with like permits for like actual like outdoor spaces.
Nice.
So if you get the permit, we're hoping to actually throw like a festival, Soundproof festival. For like, I'm not shy to say this. I feel like at least a couple of thousand people. Like I think that's actually a good idea.
That would be lovely.
That is the idea for sure. And obviously having like spaces for you to play. And,
you heard it here first. Let me know as soon as you got the details on that.
It's work in progress though. Like don't hold us to word yet, but like we're waiting for some things to be approved or not. But like whenever that actually gets like approved, why not?
I hope very soon. Anyway, Nem, I want to thank you for doing this show with me. This is Nem from Soundproof.
Thank you
on
for
the
having
decks,
me.
we have Wyld Renaissance.
Thank you, Wyld, for spinning. Thank you, Chris, for
having
having
us. And we're here
us.
filming live at the Create Skateshop in the Soma in San Francisco with Chris Martinez, DJ SIRHC, and I'm Jeff Poisner, DJ Recognize, and I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. Thank you very much.
If you can hang till daybreak, you know you're coming